Okay, here's a closer look at my DJ booth that I built. I'm just down here in my basement. It's a nice little rainy afternoon here in Kentucky. And yes, we are Louisville fans. We like, well, I like UK. I like any Kentucky school. I root for all the Kentucky schools because I live in Kentucky. I wasn't born here. I've lived coast to coast. But anyway, I've got my RCF J8s on both sides. That is as high as they go. I'm in an unfinished basement. That's as high as they go with the poles they give you. Now, you can use other poles that have the M20 thread if you want to go even higher. Or you can just use part of that and just do half of the pole if you're on a stage or something. And these totems are the Rockville totems, the ones you can buy for about $150 each. That is as high as they go, though. They are adjustable down to about 3.5 feet, or whatever half of that is. And up on top of those, I have the Chauvet Intimidator 260s. Intimidator 260s. They have a 75-watt bulb in them, I do believe. Okay. My laptop is just a $300 refurbished laptop, HP, from Amazon. And I have a Yamaha MG10 XU or whatever the effects box is called. I can't remember exactly the model. The MG10 FX or something like that. And I also have a My DMX Go right there. My booth is turned on, but I don't really have anything else turned on. I've got the lights unplugged. This is more about the booth. So yeah, the booth, I went to Vistaprint and had my sign uploaded to my label uploaded to Vistaprint and printed my sign on one of their poster boards. And I've got it in this front loading picture frame. I'm not going to undo the whole thing, but you can see how you put it in there and then you just snap it back in like that. I actually got this idea from Travis McGuire, another Kentucky DJ. He lives in Louisville, actually, or around there. And he has a YouTube channel, Elite Events, I think is the name of it. Something like that. But I thought, I took a lot of his design, so I want to give him the credit for that. I'm using 4-inch casters. I'm not using 5-inch. I couldn't really find anything other than 4-inch. 2 of them are stationary on that end, and on this end they swivel and lock. I thought that would be easier trying to push all this up into the trailer than having 4 of them that swivel. Okay, I'm going to go to the back. Now this isn't how I usually take this. I have, since I'm down here just practicing, I have my SB3 in a case. And normally I have the SB3 Velcroed straight to the platform. And this is Velcroed down. The mixer, it's Velcroed down. Everything's Velcroed down. So I can roll it in. The only thing that I would have to set up would be the laptop stand, which is over there on a table right now, since I'm using my case. But yeah, just the lap stand and my computer. That's the only thing I really have to hook up. Everything else is pre-wired. I've got a couple, you can't really see them too easily, but some pre-drilled holes. I've got one there. I've got one right there. Right there. They're 2-inch holes. And I've got one underneath about right in here where the controller's outputs are, but you can't see it because I've got this case on top of it. What I need to do is put one over here somewhere, right about in here. I haven't done that yet, but I've kind of expanded. I've got my Ape Labs W app console right there for now. Got to have my Elvis mouse pad, and I put in a drink controller, or I mean a drink holder controller. Listen to me. Okay, so that's the first shelf, and I came down 5 inches. This is I cut these, had these cut 3 inches. Listen to me, 36 inches high, 36 inches high. Okay, I came down 5 inches. There's 5 inches right there. Okay, now in between here and here is, I think, 7 inches into those two shelves. And really, I've got one 6 plug surge protector back there. I also have, you can't see it, but there's three 2-inch holes drilled back there, so I could have wires pass through. Sorry, this is just on my cell phone. That's the only way I can record stuff. This here is kind of neat. It's what I have most of my lighting plugged into, but it's just another power box. And it has 4 USBs up front, so I've got my DMX Go plugged into one of them, and then another plug to some lights, and then just a like for my phone if I need to have that plugged in, or a laptop or a tablet or whatever. Okay, now here's my rack. Right here in the top, I have a GTD Audio 622. Okay, and then I have my Furman power conditioner, and that's why I only have a 6 plug surge protector, because this has 8 more plugs in it in the back, plus one up front. Now, what I kind of like about this is these lights pull out. Now I have some light. So therefore, I've got it over top of my drawer. Now my drawer is a mess right now. I've got my 2 GTD mics in it, and some cables, some controllers, another mic that's wired. But if I have a hard time seeing, I can pull these out and shine them. They rotate somewhat. But yeah, they pull out pretty far. And I can dim them. There's a dimmer switch on it if you don't need them to be that bright. Push them in, they're done. They turn off. The only thing I don't really like is the keys have to stay in it unless it's locked. And the way I mounted this, I didn't use metal. I just used wood screws. I put a brace right here over the, 18 inches or whatever it is, and mounted them with wood screws. I start with the first one, then I put the second one in, then I put the third one in. So if I want to take them out, I can. I just take the screws out. Now the bottom, I'm really tight. I mean, there's only that much space between the wall and what I'm shooting here, so I can't really get a good backup look at it. But I bought this little curtain rod, adjustable curtain rod, and I bought a 24-inch curtain, black, to cover everything. So I can put my RCF J8s in there, both of them, and the poles. Right now the poles are up here, but the bags are. the cover for my mixer, my SB3. Might be able to put my, if I don't want to put my speakers in here, I could put in like all my lighting, put it in there. But right now I can just put in my J8s, and I've got an ADJ Mega Bar for the front. So yeah, I got this on there because the speakers stick out about an inch. So I can't put doors on it. But I kind of like that. That's good enough. I don't have everything perfect. I am in my basement, you know, but I mean the wiring's not too bad. I have, look back in here, I do have holes drilled on both sides for the wiring. And I've got one up in the front for my Mega Bar. And all the wires for everything is in there. Now one thing I did do is on my cables, on this side, my Velcro is red for right. The other side is black. That way I know which cable goes to which side. You can't see it, but this one here is black. So anyway, yeah, that's my my booth. I'll give you another look at it. It's not perfect. I'm not a carpenter. I had most of this cut at Lowe's. It's 3/4 inch birch plywood. It was kind of heavy. And 12 of the corner pieces. I can't remember. I think I bought 6 of these trim pieces here. And it's kind of strategic how I did it, because this shelf is not just glued on. It is actually screwed in. And this actually could have gone down just a little bit to be perfectly squared, but I wanted it to cover the screws, the screw holes, so everything would look right. So yeah, I have another insert I can put in there. I leave it in a box. It doesn't have my symbol on it. It just has just some decorative wood that I painted on top of a piece of white mat board. But everything else is, I caulked all the corners so it'd be kind of smooth. And I didn't use the banding strips on top. What I did was I took wood putty and put it on there and then resanded it down. But I didn't do a great job. There's some pits here and there. But overall, it doesn't look like plywood anymore. It's not perfect right in here. But